Hey guys, it's Gold20 here with my small and ongoing series of Klee destroying every boss. I just thought I'd remake my original video for many good reasons. So reason number 1, my Klee is now at Constellation 6. I decided to level her up all the way since she was one of my first mains. I enjoy her playstyle and I find it challenging to fight every boss with her. She's a great battery at C6 and her 10% pyro buff will go well with jungling in many team compositions. I thought it would make a better showcase of Klee's potential if I got all her constellations. Pyro is one of my favorite elements in this game for many reasons. And now since Kazuha came out, I find myself using him, Diona, jungling alongside Klee in more endgame fights and even just for fun. But I digress. Reason number 2, I have better artifacts. Since my last video, I've been obtaining better artifacts over time. It has been difficult farming for decent Crimson Witch pieces since I swear that domain is cursed. Klee is a glass cannon character with a very decent attack output. I will admit I don't have a great pyro bonus artifact for her, but only because of this attack percent cup with a great crit damage substat. I only know this because I did a field test with my best pyro bonus and that attack piece, and I can confirm she is stronger with that attack piece. On a side note, I was streaming most of this on Twitch just to see if I can beat these bosses under pressure. No! Get away! Right here. I'm sorry about that if that just hurt everybody's ears. That's the first boss down, let's go! Reason number 3, I'm now playing with a glorious and stable 60 frames per second via my PS5. In between the time of that video and this one, I was able to get my hands on a PS5. Playing Genshin Impact on PlayStation has spoiled me, so it was another reason to update the video. And reason 3.5 is because MiHoYo came out with a PlayStation 5 version of Genshin Impact and it just runs 100 times smoother. Reason number 4, there are new bosses since my previous video and I just wanted to see how well Klee does versus all of them. The Magukenki and Agedaha have been added since I've released this video, so it made sense to recreate this and turn it into a series. This is so funny. This is so funny to me. Boom! Another one down. I've been thinking about adding abyss domains and strong mini bosses to this series just to add a little bit of variety. I won't be remaking the video series every time I get stronger pieces with Klee, but the only way I could justify remaking this series a second time is if the bosses get some buffs. I never thought I'd be able to beat some of these bosses, but I gained more and more confidence after taking out the cubes and plants one by one. I just find it kind of funny that Klee has the ability and potential to kill every boss without taking damage, but it may take some grinding to do so with the likes of Agedaha. He is a big boy with big hitboxes. Not all characters can beat all the bosses like Klee can. The Geo boss, for example, summons 3 pillars that you have to destroy before you can finally deal with it. So that means most Catalyst users and archers aren't able to solo destroy it. Also, the Oceanid boss summons mimics, such as crabs, flying birds, and ducks with AoE fields, that make it extremely difficult to not get hit by for claymore, sword, and polearm users. Diluc and Eula have bursts that can deal with all those pre-mentioned mimics, but RNG could make it so they spawn over and over. Klee's Jumpty Dumpty skill and burst make these bosses surprisingly beatable, plus her auto attack has range and explosive properties for the likes of many bosses. I do have some ground rules for fighting these bosses when it comes to using Klee. Sparkly explosions effect reads, if Klee leaves the field during the duration of Sparks and Splash, her departure triggers an explosion that deals 555% of her attack as AoE pyro damage. This means that Sparkly Explosion requires her to leave the field to trigger. Since it is her damage she's dealing, I gave myself the option to use her ability because of stronger bosses. I use Animo damage so it gives her a speed boost in running and walking, and a pyro boost to kill things quicker. Let's go! I didn't even need the teleport waypoint. I thought the cryo hypostasis, or ice cube, would have been more challenging with the sheer cold effect. It was one of the toughest bosses at first, but I studied how the boss works and after multiple fights I gained a decent rhythm. It has a fair moveset, so standing farther away gives you time to dodge or invincibility frame any of its attacks. Dealing melt damage was especially nice since this boss has a tricky moveset and homing missiles, but killing it with fire was a great equalizer. It can be a lot of pressure to fight the cryo hypostasis or any boss for that matter, but I think it's easier if I just study movesets and practice the fights. Once I began to think of these bosses as Dark Souls bosses, I decided to channel my inner Dark Souls player. Of course that means more dodging, and while that can be kind of time consuming, I still think it can be entertaining to witness. The bosses are tough but still fair. It was fun and challenging to understand the movesets, and I'm looking forward to the future bosses, except for the pyro hypostasis. I believe that it will be the first boss that Klee won't be able to beat. I will be uploading more videos down the road, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this one. And if you do, please consider liking and subscribing. Later, guys. I'm gonna super right through that, just real quick. Yes! The thing he's gonna do? Yes, already. Okay, right here. Oh, yeah, right! I got too close and I got hit. He's like, it's like shivering. Yes! Oh. Oh, that was easy. Let's go. Okay, this one took like 4 tries, I believe. Save short clip. 5 minutes.